It's story time. Story time. Let's read a story time. Story time. Ungeek the story time. Story time. You and me, it's story time. Story time. Let's achieve. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Story Time with me, Kayla. How's everyone doing out there? I hope you are doing well and making sure to stay safe. Now today we have another special author feature. Today we are going to take a look at a book from a kid author by the name of Abby Cadet. The book she has written tonight is so powerful, especially at her age. And so I am so happy to be introducing tonight's book, which is Living in Two Homes is Tough, written by Abby Cadet. You ready to see what this book is all about? Ready, set, let's begin. Living in Two Homes is Tough by Abby Cadet. Here we go. Addison and Kathy were playing on the swings at the school playground. They were waiting for their parents to pick them up. Kathy was happy, swinging high and strong. Addison was just rocking the swing and kicking the sand on the ground. "Who's picking you up today?" Kathy asked her friend happily. "My dad," Addison mumbled sadly. "What?" Kathy could not hear, so she stopped swinging. "Oh, my dad," Addison repeated. "Then why are you so sad?" Kathy asked. "My dad is picking me up too. I miss him, and I cannot wait for him to come. I have a lot of stories to tell him." Kathy was very excited. She only saw her father every other weekend since her parents got divorced. Addison's parents got divorced as well, but Addison was not excited. She pouted at Kathy. "I don't want to see my daddy. He left my mommy and I." Addison was angry at her dad. She kicked the sand. Kathy pouted. She did not feel excited anymore because her friend was sad. She did not know how to help cheer her up. Josiah, their classmate, was walking towards the slide when he noticed Addison and Kathy. "Hey, why do you both look sad?" he asked. Josiah wanted to help them feel better. Kathy started to explain. "Our dads are picking us up, but Addison does not want to see her dad." "My dad is picking me up too. Why don't you want to see your dad?" Josiah asked Addison. "Because he's just going to bring me to his new house. I am so confused. Why did he have to leave? Mommy and I have a nice house. Why can't he come back home to live with us?" Addison expressed. Josiah imagined what it was like to have two houses. "Don't be sad," he said. "Isn't it fun to have two homes? You get to have 2 bedrooms and more toys." "No, it's not. You go to one house with your mommy and another house with your daddy. It's very frustrating and tiring," Addison explained. Kathy nodded. Addison is right. It is tiring, and if you want to see your mommy when you're at your daddy's house, you can't. Josiah nodded as he tried to understand. "And if you want to have them together in one house, you cannot," Addison added, wiping her tears. "That's sad. Is there anything you can do?" Josiah asked. The 2 girls shook their heads. "I think you should tell your dad how you feel," Josiah suggested. "Thanks, Josiah," Kathy said with a smile. Addison nodded in agreement. That is a good idea. Always tell someone how you feel. Addison's dad pulled up, so she picked up her backpack, walked slowly to the car, and waved goodbye to Kathy and Josiah. At bedtime, Addison asked, "Can I call Mommy?" "You will see your mom tomorrow," Daddy replied. Then he said, "Good night." Addison wanted to tell her dad how she was feeling, but she didn't know how. Yeah, sometimes it is hard to express how we feel, huh? The next day during lunch at school, Kathy asked Addison, "What did you do last night? Did you tell your dad how you felt?" No, I played video games with my dad after I was done with my homework. He made me eat Brussels sprouts, mashed potatoes, and chicken. I hate Brussels sprouts, Addison said. What do you do when you are with your dad? Addison asked. I have lots of fun with my dad when it's his weekend. He usually asks me what I want to do. We bake, go to the movies, and go to the beach. During the summer, we always go to the lake and ride a boat, Kathy said with excitement. That's cool. When I am with my dad on the weekend, we usually stay at home, and it's so boring. Sometimes we go out to play basketball or go bowling, but I want to go to the water park instead. I like to draw and paint. Before my daddy left my mommy and I, we went to Disney World together for spring break, and it was so much fun, Addison said. Sometimes I feel so sad and I cry in my room because my daddy ignores me or makes me do work on the weekend. I wonder if he loves me. Even though he tells me he does, he never hugs me like mommy does. When my mommy and daddy were together, we always spent time together, and I miss that. I wish I could tell my daddy how I feel, but I don't want him to get mad, said Addison quietly. Maybe you could write him a letter, Kathy suggested. I could help you. Okay, that sounds like a good idea. I never did that before, said Addison. The next day before recess, the girls sat together and Addison wrote a letter to her dad. It was going to be a few days before she saw him again, so she kept the letter in her backpack. Dad picked Addison up on Friday, and when they arrived at his place, she took the letter out. Daddy, can you read this? Addison asked. Sure, what is it? Daddy asked while opening it. Dad read the letter out loud. Dear Daddy, why did you have to leave Mommy and me? It makes me sad, and we don't do anything together. How come? You always make me eat Brussels sprouts, and I don't like them. Can't I eat broccoli instead? I don't want to go outside and stand in the heat all day playing basketball. Can we do things I like instead? Sometimes when you send me to my room to take over the TV, it feels like you don't want me to be around you. That hurts my feelings, and I wish I were with Mommy. I love you, Daddy, but I wish things could change. Love, Addison. After Dad was done reading the letter, he gave Addison a hug. I am so sorry, baby girl. I didn't know you felt this way, said Dad. Addison gazed softly at Dad. She was so glad she was able to tell her dad how she felt. He didn't get mad at her. I love you so much, Addison, and I will always be here to support and protect you. Things just didn't work out with me and your mom, but we both love you. You mean a lot to us. You can talk to me anytime. Love you, baby girl, said Dad. What would you like to do tonight? Dad asked. Can we paint tonight and bake cupcakes tomorrow? Asked Addison. Of course. Let's head out to the store to pick up all the things we need, said Dad. That evening, Dad and Addison drew and painted a picture of a big giraffe, and they ate ice cream together. Addison was so happy. Thank you for reading my story. And a little note from the author to all the kids out there. A lot of kids have a hard time with divorce. When things change, it can feel uncomfortable. Living in two different houses can be difficult, but that's okay. Just remember that your parents love you very much, and if you feel upset, it is good to let your parents know how you feel. In my story, Addison wrote a letter to her dad. You can write letters to your parents too. You can also write in a journal. I created journals to help kids express themselves. Ask your parents for help to check out my journal collection at bravekidpressarthur.com, and you can also email them for some cool freebies. The end. Yes, K Crew. You know, it is so important to always communicate how you feel. Whether you voice your opinion or you write it down on paper, never hold back how you are feeling. Now, I hope you enjoyed this book as much as I did. To find your copy, make sure to head on over to her website, www.bravekidpressarthur.com, and also be sure to follow her on social media. Abby, you should be very proud of yourself with this book. You are helping millions of kids out there, and I want to give a big thank you to you. I thank you all out there for joining me, but it's time to sing some goodbyes. Are you ready? Goodbye, 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 goodbye. My friends, goodbye to you. I hope to see you again real soon. Be proud of all your work tonight. Now climb into bed and sleep real tight. On the count of 3, let's say goodnight. 1, 2, 3.